Collecting an odd U.S. typeset. Many collectors are always looking for what to add next to their collections. Here's an idea for a relatively easy, low-cost, but different set to assemble. This is Coins Roc. Stay tuned as I explain. By odd, I mean denominations that are no longer being minted. This would include the half-cent, the 2-cent piece, the 3-cent pieces, both silver and nickel, and the 20-cent piece. Depending on the condition, these are all relatively affordable. Starting first with a half-cent. These were struck on and off from 1797 until 1857. The least expensive examples can be found with either the classic head, made from 1809 until 1836, and the braided hair, struck from 1840 until 1857. In its later years, the half-cent proved to be less and less popular, and eventually, in the face of declining demand, production was halted in 1857. Your set should ideally all have similar grades, which depends on just what your budget is. In very fine condition, a half-cent should cost less than $100. An about uncirculated piece would run around $175. Obviously, pieces in lower grades will cost less, but will generally be less attractive with less eye appeal. Now, the following prices are all from ads in the August 27th, 2024 issue of Numismatic News. Next is a 2-cent piece, which was struck from 1864 until 1873. The Civil War resulted in widespread hoarding of coins, first gold and silver, and eventually even copper. The situation became so bad that encased postage stamps were being used as money. The 2-cent piece was an effort to increase coinage and circulation. The 2-cent piece was never that popular, with production decreasing every year. In 1873, its final year of this short-lived series, only proof coins were struck. Today, a very fine example can be purchased for $28, and one and about uncirculated would be $68. The silver 3-cent piece, also called a trime by the Treasury Department, was issued from 1851 until 1873. This is the smallest silver coin ever issued by the mint. There were 3 different varieties with various numbers of lines bordering the 6-pointed star. One reason given for the creation of the trime was to purchase a postage stamp which cost 3 cents, but this reasoning never made a lot of sense. Demand dropped annually, and nearly the entire non-proof production from 1863 until 1872 was never released, and they were melted in 1873. The 1873 production was proof only. Today, a silver trime in very fine condition sells for $70 for Variety 1, and in AU the price is $145. During the Civil War, the silver trimes were hoarded by the public, so in response, in 1865, the mint began producing a copper-nickel 3-cent piece known as the nickel 3-cent piece. Over 11 million pieces were struck in the first year. Production dropped after that in just about every year except for 1881. The nickel 3-cent piece didn't catch on any more with the public than the silver version, and production ended in 1889. Mintages during the 7 final years were as low as 1,000 pieces annually. The price for a nickel 3-cent piece is very reasonable, $22 in very fine, and only $57 in AU condition. The final odd coin is the 20-cent piece, minted for just 4 years from 1875 through 1878, with the final 2 years issued only a few hundred proof coins. This was the answer to a question no one was asking. Almost immediately after their release, people began to complain about the similar size and design to the $quarter. While the edge of the coin is plain, this was not enough to help differentiate it from the $quarter. In the first year of production, over 1 million pieces were minted, mostly in San Francisco. These numbers dropped sharply the next year, and virtually the entire 1876 Carson City production was melted at the mint and never released. The same fate was likely met by most of the Philadelphia production as well, and none were minted that year in San Francisco. The 20-cent piece is the most expensive of the 5 coins. The 1875S is the most affordable, selling at $212 in very fine and $363 in about uncirculated. The 20-cent piece was essentially just a substitute for 2 dimes and not all that necessary for everyday commerce. All 5 of these coins were rejected by the public, and while most of the series are short, few people today collect the entire series. For one thing, each of the series contains some extreme rarities. For the 5-piece type coin in very fine condition, the total price would be $432, or a little over $80 a piece, on average. The set in almost uncirculated condition would run around $808, or $160 a piece. These prices could possibly be even a little less with careful shopping. To me, this seems like a reasonable price for a rather unique set. Of course, a mint state set would easily cost many thousands of dollars. If you have some basic knowledge of coin collecting and grading, given the prices involved, you probably don't need to buy certified coins unless you're collecting a mint state set. For raw coins, there's a nice capital holder available for the 5-piece set. Hopefully you've picked up some new information or have been motivated to put together a new set. This has been Coins Roc. Thanks for watching.